Mm. Salutations, my dear friends. Welcome again. Gratitudes to you for giving this opportunity of talking to you on Geetha. And also, I congratulate you for your initiative to listen to these talks. And through that, I'm sure not only you are getting the helpful required information, guidance, data, your respect also is growing towards such great text, Gita, and the giver of it, Krishna, and the entire great, grand, glorious Sanatana Dharma. It is meant only to empower us with the right knowledge so that we are successful outside as well as inside. This is what pure Sanatana Dharma, Vaidika Samskruti, give all required knowledges, efficiencies, abilities, talents, resources for every individual to succeed outside to whatever the greatest level ultimately that's possible, and also to succeed inside. So slowly, when we grow, while growing, when you expose to such great literature, you will know how great were our rishis to give all these things after their own personal experience. Okay, welcome. Tomorrow is Gita Jayanti, so tomorrow we'll spend little time more, maybe one or two chapters Gita we chant, or I don't know, maybe every chapter one or two slokas we do. प्रभु इच्छा जैसा है वैसा होगा but anyway Gita Jayanti has happened to us 75 days back. We are anyway doing it 2.5 months today, 75th talk today. So like every day today also three topics. First is the Bhagavan Nama, second is the common sense thought, third one is Bhagavad Gita shloka. Now almost we are reaching to the end of third chapter. Today in the third chapter we will be doing verse 40 verse 41. Both of them will try. कुछ बचा है तो कल देखेंगे हम कि in these two shlokas, as we were discussing from last 7 8 days, who is that enemy who is forcing us to commit sin, holding us very strongly even though we don't want? And the answer given was it was the kamana, the desire. And so many topics regarding the desire we have exhaustively discussed. Each one again can be further discussed, can be further elaborated with anecdotes, question answers, the examples, etc. I leave it to you. Or make a group. We'll stay together somewhere 2 3 days. We can discuss all that. It's a knowledge for whole life. Okay. Now the point is what? Once we know that enemy, we have to eliminate that fellow. In these two shlokas, we'll be told about what are the three headquarters, three bunkers, three places where he has made his strong, firm hold. Staying where he is continuously attacking and defeating us. That enemy called as Kamana. So there are the three places where the Kamana is there in the three ways that will be explained to us. Then in the verse 41, then where to start our journey or waging the war or the effort to defeat, neutralize this enemy. What should be the first step, second step, and third step? Very important shlokas are these. Last 4 5 days, next 2 3 days, till this chapter 3 is over, where the thesis of understanding the enemy and neutralizing enemy is completed, is very, very crucial. So I wish and pray you pay sufficient attention, you give proper importance, you become regular and sincere, you listen and note your own points, you analyze them, see the truth of it, get convinced, practice it, and come out of in your life from those destructive enemy called desires and nobilize them, make them noble and mobilize your desire, your resources to reach to those noble goals. Thus, this opportunity called life is made for the best purpose, made use of a best purpose, not for the worst. That is what is expected out of you for your own sake first, and then because of you to the world around at large. Let's try. At least we are lucky or good enough to come to know that such thing exists like Gita, in that this knowledge, and it is so close for our own lives success and achievements. इतना भी पता चला, मेरे ख्याल में हमारे क्लासों का धन्यता हो गया. Then again, when we grow and from different angle at a higher way, when we study Gita for higher purpose, then it has its own different nectarine beauty or fragrance or the sweetness. We will see. चलो स्टार्ट द प्रार्थना. ओम 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 सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. So every day one mantrocharana we are doing. Today we will do the Lord Tirupati Balaji, called as Kaliyuga Daivam, Bhagwan Sri Narayana's avatara only. Very much is there. Crores and crores of devotees worshipping him and blessed by him are getting all the protections also, and whatever their necessities that are fulfilled. And those who need from Paramatma the knowledge and liberation, Bhagavan is giving even that also to them. Most richest God in the world and highly frequented by the devotees, more and more devotees. So beautiful. 10 days back I was there on 17th. So today's 15 days back, exactly, 2 weeks back. So beautiful. So very simple Nama. Om Shri Venkateshaya Namaha. Om Shri Venkateshaya Namaha. There they chant as Om Namo Venkateshaya. That's also they do. So we do this way. Om Shri Venkateshaya Namaha. Om Shri Venkateshaya Namaha. Venkateshaya Namaha. The one who cuts us under all our difficulties and ignorances. Keep that much in mind. Like every day. 27 times today we chant here. By 81 you do it. Make it one full mala. Keep a target of 1,08,000. Then anytime it is possible to you, you keep that target practiced and you achieve it. And I wish and pray, Bhagavan Sri Venkateshwara blesses you for all outer successes, inner peace, innermost devotion and knowledge also. So, Om Shri Venkateshaya Namaha. This is the mantra. So, close the eyes, having sat straight in the heart, feel the presence of Venkateshwara Bhagavan, like Mahavishnu only, putting that hand, one of his, right one, showing his own feet, telling us to surrender and telling that I'll take care of you with the other hand, Abhayasta. At that type of Bhagavan, remember, and let us chant. Om Shri Venkateshaya Namaha 27 times with all devotion, with full faith that Bhagavan is there everywhere. He is listening to our prayers. He will answer them. Om Shri Venkateshaya Namaha. 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 Om Namo Venkateshaya Purushaya Mahatmane Prataklesanashaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Om Vina Venkateshan Nanatho Nanatah Sada Venkatesham Smarami Smarami. Hare Venkatesha Prasida Prasida Priyam Venkatesha Precha Precha. Beautiful, so many shlokas are there on Bhagavan Sri Venkateshwara, stotrams and all. As you grow and find time, find devotion, keep on learning and adding to your treasure of devotion. So we have done the mantrocharana. One more week we will see some 7 8 mantras. Then we take up some other chantings as learning every day. कहते कहते ही मन बुद्धि वाणी सब ये जो आध्यात्मिक से ट्यून होता है, नॉट अदरवाइज. Now you and I come to a level where no more demarcation, separation between spirituality and life. Spiritualizing the life so that life becomes spiritual. Everything should be our goal slowly as you grow. Okay. Many people they demarcate, separate it, thus in their puja room they are spiritual and very good devotee, and when they come out of it, they are the biggest devils. So that split personality we should not live. We have to be entirely spiritual. In spirituality, though it is meant for the highest liberation, but at the Vyavahara also it guides us. You are saying Gita. So far, we have never spoken too much about the Vedanta Tattva. We are only giving you the right vision of living life. So, together is synergy. Anyway, today's topic for common sense is very simple, very important also. What is that? Okay, talk about good, eliminate silently bad. This is a talk. This is the topic today. This is a common sense thought. Talk loudly about the good, eliminate silently the bad. Whether it is our own nation, whether it is in our own cultural traditions, whether in any of the paramparas, whether it is in any of the organizations, whether in whatever the people around us, whatever our friends, our enemy, our own relatives, whomever they may be, nobody is 100% bad. Nobody is 100% good. But the persons like some of the people of whatever I should name, why should I name? You know it. When I hint it, you will know. For the sake of publicity, for the sake of the points, for the sake of wanting to bring sensational news, etc. More and more, the focus of camera is only on bad, as if only bad is going on in the world or in the country. So, when the bad is talked more, that people start taking it as good and they do it. In our country, especially happening that only. That's how the other religions, the non-existing bad of Hinduism, they projected, and the millions of good things they are blind to that, and created such a atmosphere around us that we being Sanatana Dharmi Hindus, yet we are not having that knowledge as well as self-respect as well as the pride for our own culture. See to what level we have fallen. They went on saying, you Krishna did the Makan Chori, he just ran behind that women, he stolen their clothes. All the nonsense, for what reason it is done, they never know. They spoke all that. Then we slowly started feeling. See, about all the castes and creed and all, they are misused now because of various reasons and gains. Okay, but all of them are a noble systematic way of living life that was given. If you call a goldsmith, what's wrong? If you call a pot maker, what's wrong? That is how they are so. According to the Vrittis, they were given those names, and that was a respect reverence to them. But later on, for various reasons, the gadbid happened between them. It appeared to be the bad now. No, that is highlighted more and say in your religion this, as if in those religions they don't have. There are hundreds of parts also in their religions who kill each other. सो क्या हो रहा है खासकर in our nation about the Bharat Desham, India, as well as about our own culture and tradition, more bad is talked. I'm not saying bad is not there and good is never projected. This mistake we have to rectify, starting from ourselves in with whatever capacity we have at our own level. The rule is this: there are definitely good things. Talk good more and more so that the people's respect grows towards it and they learn the good and practice. What to do with the bad? Silently eliminate them. We should not tolerate any bad. We should eliminate. But silently eliminate the bad. Put all efforts for that. Not bring it into forefront. So because of which everything is made as bad. Good we have to project more and more. But all these media, every one of them, bad projected more, good is as if not at all there. Millions of good things are happening in the nation. They are not that frequently shown to inspire us. All the bad only projected. Bad should be severely punished. No doubt about it. If it is worst. But the good, how many youth in India, thousands of them, social activities they are involved in, cultural activities involved in. Now, which are the media go and collect that report and repeatedly sensationally show in the TV? If that is shown, will not the youngsters who are not involved in these positive things, will they not start? When the bad is shown, very bad impression appears कि सारे youth ऐसे गंदे हैं, bad है. ऐसा नहीं है. There's so many good people are there, good things are happening. Those are neutral, they can be made good also by this type of thing. These things we should have. People are not so matured nor so selfless also. Immaturity, selfishness, and ego. When these three come together, you will see what is happening in our nation or everywhere. In this front, not in every front. When you are matured, we are selfless, when we are egoless, then we will get the idea for the development of the society. What is required is highly matured, good quality youngsters. They have to be trained, tuned, they have to be developed. For that, show them more and more good only. Whatever the good is happening, so that they also get the ideas. Always show the crimes, criminals bad. अरे देखो दिमाग इतना sensitive होता है ना. When it goes inside, it never goes out. Then those thoughts will come. Then we also tend or get tempted to those nonsense things. See, such a very dangerous thing, knowingly or unknowingly, that is being done by projecting bad more and more. Bad is never justified. I am again and again telling. They have to be taken for task. All to be done is done for that to eliminate, but silently. What is to be brought into forefront is good that is happening. This is a simple. In today's world, this is more required. In your own friend circle, one fellow, he has got 90 bad, 10 good. Talk good only the 10 so that you feel happy and increases them. You talk bad, that enters your mind. You are breaking the trust of others on that fellow. He also feels humiliated. Even the 10% good also he gives up. 100% bad ho jata. So simple common sense thought, talk good about good loudly and silently eliminate the bad. Talk good loudly, eliminate bad silently. Not the other way around. Violently project the bad and never bring into forefront the good. This is not right way. So a common sense you should have. About our own country from now onwards, from none of you, even one bad thought or word should come out. If at all there, let us sit and sort out and find the ways to eliminate it. And all the good which our nation has got, so great, the goodness which our nation has got, all other 210 nations put together also, they are nothing in front of our nation. So much cultural, traditional values, all of them are there. talk about it. Even now क्या eternally वो रहेगा. It's in the cities and all that, because of busyness and too much of extrovertedness, some of them have got spoiled. But go to still the villages and all, everywhere the beautiful values, traditions, cultures, in which the protection of nature is there, worship of the nature is there, value, respect for the human and life is there, care and concern are there. ये सारा भारत माता की महिमा है, उसका हमें ज़्यादा प्रोजेक्ट करना है. And nowadays media is so powerful. Every one of you that way go to the villages and see great tradition, cultures, values, उसको प्रोजेक्ट करो, तो उनको भी थोड़ा खुशी होएगी, बाकी को भी समाचार मिलेगा. They also get inspiration to be good. So let us say it 3 times. Talk good loudly. Eliminate bad silently. Talk good loudly. Eliminate bad silently. Talk good loudly. Eliminate bad silently. In ourselves also, in our friends also, in your organization also, in the culture and tradition also, entire nation also, even the globe at large. Talk good. No, every nation that way. The US, all of them, they have their own good traditions, good efforts. They are scientifically doing so much nowadays. उनका ज़्यादा करना बातें. And in those cultivation, very young they are born, not so much of tradition of the past there. Therefore, they will behave like that. उसको धीरे धीरे सेट राइट करना, ज़्यादा उसका भी बैड नहीं बोलना. Especially our India, our own Sanatana Dharma, talk good loudly, eliminate any bad is there silently. That is main focus. And the rest of the thing, anywhere you apply these two things, it's going to benefit only. Never do it. Your own boss. Talk good loudly. Any bad, you personally you talk to him and say, sir, थोड़ा आप गुस्सा ज़्यादा करते हो, थोड़ा कम करो तो अच्छा होता है. So प्यार से he will remove you from the job. गुस्सा कम किया, लेकिन how dare you tell the boss? They were removed the job. See, find your own techniques and how to achieve. Was action. Now this way, having discussed our mantra as well as common sense pointer, let us come to our Mother Geetha study. So chapter 23rd, slokas number 40, 41, 40, 41. So what is been said so far in last slokas, all that every bit and piece I'll not explain today. After 2 days, when this whole third chapter is over, for 1 hour I will exhaustively summarize everything. So all will be available at one place. But yesterday what we saw was the desire covers the jnanam knowledge as 3 ways, like the smoke covering fire, the dust covering or the dirt dust covering the mirror, or the placenta covering the fetus. And I explained to you कि this first one is simple ones can be easily eliminated. Second one little tough, थोड़ा रगड़ोबाजी करनी है. Third one double triple efforts. It also means what? If whenever the desire is like the smoke on the fire level, say uff and get rid of it and involve in your own duty and goal pursuits. If you allow the desire to come to the level of the dirt on the mirror, then its influence is more, its effect is more, then it is difficult to eliminate it. But at least even at that time it is there. Apply that variety of chemicals whatever on the mirror and you clean it. In the same way, find from your gurus those techniques and remove those desires which are at the level like that of dust on the mirror. If you allow it further, as if like a fetus in the womb, then those desires become so stronger. They are called as addictions. They are called as strong habits. Those negative things now have become nature with us. Then it is impossible only to come out of that. You have to die only. See the contrast example? The child has to, in his maturity of 9 months, will have to come out of that placenta. womb से बाहर आना पड़ता है. And for the human being to come out of some of the sins, papa or desires which have become so strong, he will have to only die. See the ulta example. Example जो दिया है कि उल्बेन आवृतो गर्भः. You cannot easily cut that placenta or womb and bring the child out. Oh, you have to patiently wait, and that nurses and all, they know how to bring the child. In the same way, in the life, when the sins become so stronger, or the desires become so stronger, like that case, other than dying, there is no way to come out of them. Then why should we be so negligent, careless, allowing the desires through regular practice becoming such a strong enemies in us that we are not able to eliminate them and we succumb to them? I can't leave my cigar, I can't leave my drinks. Then they will destroy your lungs and kidneys and all. What do you call liver? Okay, I will die, but I can't give up. Really, he never gives up and dies only. How many people are dying because of habits? That is why habits die hard. Never make them habits, bad ones. Habit, HABIT? HABIT is a definition of habit, of abbreviation or the spelling. So, H, if you remove H, a bit remains. If you remove A, bit remains. If you remove B, it remains. If you remove the I, T remains. T is the worst habit. In the word itself, the tension is there. Therefore, only two ways. One, don't allow such small useless desires to become habits. Second, make the healthy positive things as habits, and be busy in that so that there is no chance given for the negative ones. That is how continuously we have to struggle like outside with the world in your study and career and managing the people. We have to continuously struggle inside also with our own mind, which is carrying this eternal enemy called as desire at different levels to trouble us continuously. Clear? Think about it. Listen again and again. Note down the main points and think about it and get the knowledge for yourself. Apply that knowledge, make life beautiful. Done. Now today we will see in this श्लोका संख्या 40. पहले 40 पढ़ेंगे, उसको देखेंगे, टाइम मिला तो आगे वाला, नहीं तो कल देखेंगे उसको. So the 40th shloka tells us about where is this desire hidden, attacking us from. What are its headquarters? Which are the places where the desire made its own ठिकाना? Like when the enemies have to attack, they make their own point, place. They get settled there. Then they bring their all army as well as all ammunitions there. Then from there plan karke they keep attacking. Like the China, so they know some places where the Indian border is weak there. तो वहाँ अपना पूरा आर्मी खड़ा करके सब ले आकर they try to attack us. In the same way, which are the places where the desire is lurking, looking for an opportunity to attack us and making us ineffective in fulfilling our duties, in serving the society, in evolving in the worldly achievements, and also in our spiritual growth. हर जगह पे कामना के कारणम सत्यानाश हो रहे. So this shloka tells three headquarters. Let us chant it first, see the literal meaning, then what we can learn from it. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Geetha Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Athat Trutiyodhyayah Karma Yogaha. Shri Bhagavan Chatvarimshah Shlokaha. I will say and repeat, you repeat when I repeat. Shri Bhagavan Indriyani Mano Buddhihi Indriyani Mano Buddhihi Asyadhishthanamuchyate Asyadhishthanamuchyate Yetair Vimohayatyeshaha Yetair Vimohayatyeshaha Jnanamavrutya Dehinam Jnanamavrutya Dehinam. Again, इंद्रियाणि मनो बुद्धिः इंद्रियाणि मनो बुद्धिः अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोहयत्येषः एतैर्विमोहयत्येषः ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम् ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम् टुगेदर श्रीभगवानुवाच इन्द्रियाणि मनो बुद्धिः अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोहयत्येषः ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम् अस्य 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 कामस्य of this kamana adhishtanam uchyate. These are three called as adhishtanam. Adhishtanam is stationary place, place of being stationary, the place of seatedness or sitting. Adhishtanam मतलब यहाँ बैठे हैं, like adhishtanam दिल्ली में बैठा है पूरा देश का. So adhisthana sits and makes the decisions, policies, then they convey them to the executors and they execute. So asya adhisthana muchyate. These are the three places this kamana resides. So and goes on troubling us. And what are they? See, listen this throughout life, remember it. Many things you can listen and forget, doesn't matter. But this point, as much you pakka remember all the time, you will know how to defeat the enemy called desire and fulfill your great, grand, glorious, noble goals. So, what are the three headquarters? Indriyani. All our indriyas, 10 of them. This is first headquarter of our the kamana in us, the biggest enemy. Then second one is manaha. Mana is the place where the kamana resides as its second headquarter. Third one is buddhi, intellect. There also intellect also reside this kamana, making its headquarter. So indriyani, sense organs, manaha, the mind, buddhi, the intellect, asya of this kamana, adhisthana muchyate is a place of stay from where it attacks. How does it do what it does? Etaihi, by all these three, by staying at these three places, vimohyati eshaha. It deludes this desire, deludes so jnanam avritya, having not allowing the jnanam either to be gained or to be used the already existing the jnanam, dehinam, the person. So I am the dehi. I have all the jnanam for my outer success and spiritual success, and yet at my senses, mind, intellect level, working this desire deludes me in such a way that the knowledge which is there in me that is not used, then I work according to the desires, and they being ignoble, I go on doing the ignoble activities of sin and papa, adharma, then I suffer. So the question was, kena prayukta papam charati, कामेन प्रयुक्ता पापम चरति. कामस्य अधिष्ठानं किम? इंद्रियाणि मनः बुद्धि. तत्र स्थित्वा कामः किं करोति? मोहयति देहिनं. कथं? ज्ञानम् आवृत्य. You have seen many movies, no? The hero is tied, all the villains hold on to him, then the hero's father or somebody is troubled by that villain. In the same way, the kamana ties down all our knowledge and then makes us behave according to those kamanas, and in them there is only adharma and papa. We end up doing papa. Any number of examples you can take. Any number of things. Like, let us, any example, ragging karna. No, apart that for enjoyment you are doing, that is called as kamana. Basically, a student with all his ambitions as well as fears when joined the college, very pure hearted. With our ragging, when you trouble him, will it not have a scar throughout life? And you also have gone through that dukkha when you came. So basically, we have jnanam that we should not trouble. थ्रू एनी ऑफ सच एग्जाम। अब ये आता है, मैं क्या करूं, आपको कॉलेज स्कूल्स में तो यही ज़्यादा चलता है। बट दिस ज्ञानम, that I should help that newcomer with all the guidance, etc., and should not harm him through all the dragging, is there in us. But in our intellect and mana and senses, the desire to enjoy that fellow suffering, when you drag him, that overpower that knowledge, and it forces us to act according to that desire. Thus, we do that sin. Then, if that child fellow commits suicide and all, throughout life it's a regret to you. Or he complains to the school principal college, then you will be debarred. Or if the child is from a big family like a movie, he will send all his army and all, अंदर करके तो हाथ पैर तोड़ेंगे. Result कुछ भी हो, but the papa karma is done, forced by the desire, covering the knowledge inside. है ना? Who doesn't know that drinks and all are bad? Everybody knows. But that jnanam, that money has to be saved and used for better purpose, should not be wasted, which destroys our health. He is that time of the bottle in front, or at the particular time, that jnana जो मेरा है उस बंदे का है, वो मोह कवर करके, ये कामना क्या है, उसको डेल्यूट करके उसके द्वारा वो पाप कर्म कराती है. सो देहिनं ज्ञानमावृत्य एषः देहिनम् एतैः विमोहयति. एतैः विमोहयति एषः देहिनं ज्ञानमावृत्य. So your and my wisdom is covered, and we act as if we have no wisdom only, like a foolish, stupid personality, forced by the desire, the actions of sin, landing up in misery. Because nobody who commits sin of any type can escape the punishment. You may escape this one, but ऊपर का तो है ही. It is good that our mistakes are caught here and we are punished here. खत्म हो जाता है इधर. अगर यहाँ बचने का कोशिश करें, बच जाओगे, वहां तो इससे ज्यादा पनिशमेंट होगा. यू ऑल नो देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ पनिशमेंट्स ऑलरेडी. वन फॉर कमिटिंग द क्राइम, सेकंड इज फॉर हाइडिंग द क्राइम और द मैनिपुलेटिंग विद द विटनेसेस एटसेट्रा. डबल पनिशमेंट दिया जाता है. Therefore, let should pray, oh Lord, whatever the sin I do, let it be cleared here only, so that my next life should be beautiful without its influence or effect. By the way, it's not so important to discuss at this junction, but वो भी एक संभावना है समझने के लिए. So simple thought is what? The desire made its headquarters, sense organs, made its headquarters, mind, made its headquarters, buddhi. Then the knowledge which I possess, this desire never allows it to come. It covers it and makes me work according to the desire only. And desires always have the knack of making us the papa, because desire itself is papa. You have to have only the dharma, you have to have only the seva, you have to have only spirituality in life. Isn't it? Yesterday, Sri Ram Lakshman Bharat, ये सब बता दिया हमने. Refer back to all the earlier classes. Number of examples, number of logics, number of quotations given. Much more can be given, but this should be enough for you. So, what are the three headquarters? Intellect, mind, and the sense organs. What it does staying there? Deludes the person. How? By covering the knowledge. Thereafter, what happens? He deluded about the knowledge and prompted by the desire does the papa which is not supposed to do. Kena prayuktaha ayam purusha papam charati anichannapi baladiva niyojita. Now, having said that, most important discussion is what? Now, in these three places of intellect and the mind as well as senses, how the intellect, how this desire functions as. What do you mean by it made its headquarters there? Very crucial discussion. Today we'll do little bit, tomorrow more. At the intellectual level, the desire attacks and overpowers the intellect by the strong conviction. Okay, intellect level में as a conviction, desire overpowers the intellect. That is अधिष्ठानम. What is the meaning of conviction? कि in the intellect the conviction हो गया कि किसी भी कीमत पर मुझे वो चाहिए ही. And once one is convinced in the intellect about it, whether it's good or bad, he will not compromise with it at all. like that cigarette smoker convinced हो गया वो. And after the conviction he gives million justifications to continue his conviction of smoking. लाख बताओ उसको बट कन्विंस हो गया कि मुझे दम मारना ही है बस. दैट इज इंटेलेक्चुअल कन्विक्शन. Intellectual conviction is not like an intelligent person intellectually conceiving the great plans for the progress of the nation and all. Not in that angle. इसके दिमाग पर वो चढ़ जाता है एक निश्चय के रूप में. What is the निश्चय? I cannot be without desire. Fulfillment. Like people addicted to the coffee and tea. Intellectually conviction हो गया कि हर दिन कॉफी पीना ही चाहिए बस. Big things they give up, not the coffee. And they justify it. When I have coffee, it is fresh and all. कुछ भी बाद में बात करो, but तुमको intellectual में काफी पीने की desire पे conviction हो गया. It's a desire. Everything is a desire when it is not necessary for your life. Coffee is not necessary for life. We made it so habitual that without that we can't live. That is called as vasana. That's called a desire. That is called as becoming slave to sense objects. So at the intellectual level, as a conviction, the kamana overpowers the intellect. Once you are convinced, you don't think otherwise. Like you are convinced to become doctor through studying medicine, and thereafter you don't listen to somebody saying चलो LLB करो या और कुछ करो. अरे हो गया भाई, निश्चय हो गया, अब जा रहा हूँ मैं. And all the youngsters get convinced about all the nonsense desires. Thereafter, let parents tell, let teachers tell, and the counselors tell, they cannot give up. And therefore, they go on committing sins and suffering also. Keep it in mind. So, what is the expression of the desire at the intellect level? Conviction about that desire. Without that, I cannot. Which is wrong, but it is a conviction. कन्विक्शन है वो रॉन्ग है बट कन्विक्शन है. He doesn't know that it is wrong, but he is convinced about it. Once his intellect is satisfied, he will not. Like a nastika, non-believer, he is convinced at the intellect level. I don't need God, God is not there, so I live life like that only. So at least you be good to yourself, do good to others, don't destroy them. चल उनसे फिर इतना harm नहीं है. But then he talks against all people who do the आस्तिकता and all, then he is committing sin. तो अपना जियो, दूसरों को तंग मत करना. Anyway, तो intellectual conviction, conviction at the intellectual level or at the intellect as conviction, desire overpowers the intellect. Then that intellect which is convinced about the desire cannot think something beyond that. फंस गया पर ओ बुद्धि वगैरह. Okay. Second one at the level of the mind. At the level of the mind, the desire overpowers the mind as sentiments and emotions. I will drink every day. It is this intellectual conviction. If I don't drink, people think, my friends think that I am useless fellow and all. Therefore, at least for the sake of the sentiments or an obligations, I drink. Or I commit that sin of fulfilling desire at the mind level because of emotions and sentiments. सत्यानाश कर देता है. See, intellect's job is thinking and convincing. So at the intellect level, intellect, the desire overpowered and made that buddhi to be convinced about desire fulfillment only. Mind's job is to do sankalpa vikalpa and have sentiments and emotions. So in the mind level, the desire overpowers by the mind by sentimental and emotional, as well as strong sankalpas. So desire at the mind level is sentiments and emotions. It is desire. Okay, that is how at the mana level desire working, overtaking, overpowering the mind and making it happen. All these emotional things, if I don't take it, how it looks like, I must and all that. Oh, है तो desire वो. Sentiments के द्वारा desires को continue करना, conviction द्वारा desire को continue करना. That was intellect. Here at the mind. Now at the indriyas level, the perceptions and actions. At the indriya level, the desire overpowers the indriyas and the body by forcing us to perceive and forcing us to act. सो इंद्रिय और शारीरिक लेवल में कर्म के द्वारा, मन में भावनाओं के द्वारा, बुद्धि में निश्चय के द्वारा, कामना, इन तीनों मुख्य हमारे जो भगवान के द्वारा दिए हुए इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स है, वो ओवर पावर करता है. We are given intellect to think rightly, have knowledge. We are given mind to have the good emotions, positive. We are given body and senses to work nobly. But this fellow desire overpower the senses and body and makes us perceive only those desires, desirable objects. And it overpowers the mind, and instead of having positive good emotions, the desire makes the mind have emotions according to its desires. हमेशा हम इसी मूड में रहते हैं. आवर ओन डिजायर्स वी फुलफिल by expressing our own emotions. No, if this sweet is there, if I don't eat, it is given to me, they will feel bad if I don't consume it. ये सब कहने के लिए बाहर का इमोशन सेंटिमेंट, बट इनसाइड इट इज फुलफिलिंग योर डिजायर ओनली. And the third one, at the intellectual level, has a strong conviction. Desire never allows the intellect to be used for higher, nobler purposes, or even doesn't allow the intellect to think what you are doing is wrong. So, बुद्धि को सोचने नहीं देते हुए बुद्धि के द्वारा गलत निर्णय ही लेने का हो जबरदस्ती. लाइक द पॉइंट ब्लैंक पे राइफल का लगा के साइन करने को बोलते हैं. इन द मूवीज ऑल यू सी, putting the rifle there, sign. So to the desire, overpower the intellect and says, you justify me only. The desire puts the pistol at the mind. It says you become sentimental for desire, not for dharma. We don't become sentimental for our righteousness or dharma. We don't become that much sentimental for all our duties, services, and spirituality. Because the mind made it, the desire made mind act according to it. Finally, it puts onto the sense organs the pistol and says, don't look at God, don't look at all the great things. Oh, my dear senses, you do according to me the desire. So that's how our main three important personality layers of senses, mind, and body are looted by the desire, and it makes all these three equipments act according to it, in the bargain of which every useless nonsense sins are committed by us and end up in soup, end up in narakam, end up in the dukkha, end up in the jail, end up in the insult, end up in the pay, in the punishments, etc. At the time of all these happenings, the opportunities are gone, the beautiful talents, abilities are not used, the life you have to reach some great goal that is never reached. तो पॉजिटिव तो कुछ मिला ही नहीं, नेगेटिवली तबाह हो गया. Now I gave you only the data. You have to, in your own language, think all these things in a calm and cool mind, come to your understanding and take your decisions and act accordingly and help yourself. I can tell you, but who helps me is my own self. You can listen from me, but who helps you is your own self. Think. How many desires we are convinced about, how many emotions we have of the desire, and how many desires have made us slaves at the sense organs to run for them. So, at the body and senses level, you can call it as actions or habits. At the mind level, emotions, sentiments. At the intellectual level, convictions and justifications for the desire. Thus, we become slave of the desire and it makes us commit the sin. That was the main question. Why we commit sin? Because of the desire. Where is the desire? At all these levels. Therefore, it makes us commit it. In that way, think coolly about it. One or two thoughts more if remain, we'll answer it. What is the solution? Problem करके छोड़ दिया. कहाँ से शुरू करना है? It's a big thesis. Now, if I start, it will take half an hour. We have no time. Tomorrow we will see. तस्मात् त्वम् इन्द्रियाण्यादो नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजह्यनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम् इन्द्रियाणि वराण्याम् इन्द्रियेभ्यः परमः मनसस्परा बुद्धिर्बुद्धिः योऽद्य भरतस् एवं बुद्धे परं बुद्ध्वां सभ्यात्मानमात्मना जय यत्र महाबाहो कामरूपंधरा सदौ. We are going to see in those 41, 42, 43, three slokas, the solutions we have to apply to come out of this dangerous devil called as kamana. लाइफ में कामना नहीं, निस्वार्थ प्रेम होना चाहिए. लाइफ में कामना के कारण अधर्म नहीं, अंडरस्टैंड के कारण धर्म होना चाहिए. लाइफ में कामना इंटेलेक्चुअली इस दुनिया के लिए नहीं, इंटेलेक्ट में दुनिया का सेवा, भगवान को प्राप्ति करे, इसके लिए इंटेलेक्ट होना चाहिए, नॉलेज होना चाहिए. That is called real education. Real education is not creating so many desires in us and making us worse than animals and the Rakshasas. Today's education is like that. And we commit sins and we suffer. You know that t shirt I told you? I was born intelligent, the education has spoiled me or ruined me. It is correct. Education, not only academic education, I am saying. All what we are given, bombarded with every moment, wherever we go, all of them are creating these passions, greeds, lust, desires, and bringing out the devil out of us, not the divine. The consumer, not the contributor. The destroyer, not the constructor. For ourselves also, for the world at large. सही है, सोच रहे ना. और ये ज्ञान जो गीता का पिछले 5 दिन से सुन रहे हैं, इट शुड नॉट रिमेन ओनली द ईयर लेवल एंड गो आउट. दिमाग पे जाकर इट शुड बिकम पक्का अंडरस्टैंडिंग, कन्विक्शन. फ्रॉम देयर यू शुड ब्रिंग इन टू द हार्ट, एंड फ्रॉम द हार्ट every day consciously, cautiously guarding yourself from the devil inside and coming from outside, not allowing him to overpower your senses, mana and buddhi, and use those three things only for the higher, greater, nobler goals and righteousness. This is a real victory of life. Real vijayam is in this, not in victorious in earning money, in getting a job, in defeating the people. ये सब तो कोई कर सकता है. वो करने के लिए गीता की क्या जरूरत है? कर लो. बच्चे लोगों के खेल है वो सब. द रियल विजयम इज दिस वन. So this is what Bhagavan direct slowly brings Arjuna and our minds from the victory in the outer war to the victory in the inner war. तो यह कहने का मतलब क्या है? तुम बाहर भीष्म द्रोण को युद्ध में हराने के बाद दूर रख, पहले अपने अंदर के शत्रु को जीतो. And this all Arjuna asked a good question. What is that prompts me to do the same? Some more good thoughts we'll share tomorrow. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Tomorrow, come with prepared mind for some 10-15 minutes extra. Because tomorrow is Geeta Jayanti. I may browse through all 18 chapters. Shortcut में टक टक टक. Or maybe let me see what Lord wants. But luckily we are studying every day without missing one shloka. We are touching all of them in the way you can understand and try to make use of it. It will continue. अभी 3 चैप्टर हुए, अभी 15 है. 3 चैप्टर का 75 days लगा, तो 1 चैप्टर का 10 दिन लगाओ, तो 15 चैप्टर का we can say 100 days. So from 2-3 more months we daily study Gita. My request is what? Don't be negligent, don't be careless, don't be irregular or insincere. Be regular, sincere, careful, listen, again and again listen, write your points, ponder over them, get the conviction of it, and then implement and get benefit. That way, let us grow with the help of Gita. Go through Gita, glow through Gita, and flow through Gita. And go through. Go, grow, glow, and flow. We are doing the first one, flowing through the Gita. Then we have to glow through the Gita, getting the knowledge. Then there is the go through Gita, then grow. Finally, grow. Let Gita help us in growing, making us grow to such a greatest level that we are fulfilling ourselves in our life and we have become a great example for everyone around. Thank you. इंद्रियाणि मनो बुद्धिः अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोहयत्येषः ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम्. Thank you, friends. God bless you. Tomorrow is Bhagavad Gita Jayanti. Margashira Masa Shuddha Ekadashi day. Yuddha started, and that first day before the first weapon was shot, Krishna Arjuna, they had this dialogue discussion which is given to us as Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. Taking leave. See you tomorrow. And morning and evening all our class are going on. You can send it the links to your elders, known people. They may get the benefit of listening to some talks. Browse through, select what you like. You can listen. We have more than 3,300 talks. Much more we are going to have and upload. Thank you, friends. Ram.